Please remain standing as we have the presentation of colors by the Laney High School Air Force JROTC under the direction of Master Sergeant Bruce C. Following the presentation of colors, we will have a moment of silence.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
We will now do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We now have our moment of silence. Thank you. You may be seated. As we begin this wonderful occasion, joyous occasion, I'd like to ask that as we call the students' names during the program today, that you be respectful and be mindful that everyone wants to hear their child's name. So we will ask that you govern yourself accordingly. I want to welcome all of you. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Now, you all know me. You know me for 4 or 5 years, so I want to hear that wonderful welcome from you all. Dear friends, family, Dr. Markley, members of the New Hanover County Board of Education, and all visiting friends, I want to welcome you to this auspicious occasion. We thank you today for joining us for this celebration as we mark the end of one milestone and mark the beginning of a new. At this time, I'd like to bring to this podium Ms. Lon Lee. She's the salutatorian for Cohort 5. Ms. Lee is a member of the National Honor Society and Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society. Ms. Lee graduated from Cape Fear Community College 3 weeks ago with an Associate in Arts degree and will be attending UNC Chapel Hill in the fall. She will be presenting our special guests. Just give everybody
Good afternoon, parents and friends. We would like to welcome our special guests this afternoon. As I call your name, please stand. In our audience from New Hanover County Schools, Dr. Rick Holliday, Deputy Superintendent. Dr. John Welmers, Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources. Mr. Bill Hance, Assistant Superintendent of Operations. And Mr. Brian Weeks, Lead Educational Partnership Liaison, Cape Fear Community College. Mrs. Sue Shu, Support Associate, Cape Fear Community College. Miss Callie Potter, Admissions, Cape Fear Community College. And on the stage we have Mrs. Santoff, Educational Partnership Liaison, Cape Fear Community College. Dr. Amanda Lee, President, Cape Fear Community College. Mrs. Janice Kavanaugh, member of the New Hanover County Board of Education. Mr. Edward B. Higgins, Jr., Esquire, member of the New Hanover County Board of Education. Mr. Bruce Schell, member of the New Hanover County Board of Education. Mrs. Jeanette S. Nichols, Vice Chairman, New Hanover County Board of Education. Mr. Donald S. Hayes, Chairman, New Hanover County Board of Education. And Dr. Tim Markley, Superintendent of New Hanover County Schools.
I'd also like to recognize Ms. Lisa Eastep, member of the Board of Education. We will now have greetings from Dr. Amanda Lee, President of Cape Fear Community College. Dr. Lee has been one of our biggest supporters at Cape Fear Community College. Following her message, her greetings, we will have Mrs. Kate Santoff, who is our Educational Partnership Liaison, who works closely with our students. Dr. Lee.
Good afternoon. On behalf of Cape Fear Community College and, of course, Wilmington Early College High School, we want to welcome you today. This is a special day for all of us. We have come together to celebrate this wonderful milestone, as well as to celebrate the excitement of the future for all of these young people. The Early College, as you know, is a partnership between Cape Fear Community College and the New Hanover County Schools. And this partnership has provided us an opportunity to watch these young people mature as they learn about commitment, dedication, and perseverance. Since 2007, we've been watching them grow in the early college setting, and we're wonderfully privileged to have this class graduating today. We're so proud of you graduates, and we're honored to be present today with you. Kate?
Good afternoon. As liaison to the early college, I have seen 4 spring graduations. I can tell you, never have we seen a graduating class as stellar as this one. 38 of our graduates have earned a CFCC GPA, individually, over 2.4, which in collegiate terms means nearly 100% reached an unprecedented level of academic success here. Collectively, these graduates achieved an average of 64 college credits, equivalent to 2 years of college. As you see from those in blue, many of them have received an associate's degree. They have also cumulatively and collectively achieved a GPA of 3.2. 2 graduates were straight A students and received the President's Award. And many here on this stage also achieved honors list, dean's list, and president's list for at least 2 semesters or more of their college coursework. Not to mention their outstanding volunteerism in our community and thousands of dollars of scholarships and grants to further their education. Who knew how high they could climb when they came to WEX just a few years ago? Who had faith in them despite some difficult steps toward the ascent? And who has the foresight to know that these students will one day look back and realize how amazing this milestone in their lives has been? I speak for all of you who have helped these students get to where they are today. For all the WEX teachers and staff, many of whom are here in our front row, some of our former students and staff as well who are here today. I speak for our CFCC instructors, administration, advisors, and college students, and for the parents and grandparents who are most likely ecstatic to see this day come, but teary-eyed about the transition that this day marks. We're all very, very proud of you, and we're proud to have been a part of you for the past 4 to 5 years. We hope that you will remember us as we will remember you. And of course, we wish you the best in the path that you envision for yourselves. I leave you with the wise words of Martin Luther King Jr., who never graduated from high school, but went on to earn a doctorate. Faith is taking the first step, even when you don't see the whole staircase. WEX graduating class of 2015, here's to you. Here's to the first step that you have already taken here. Here's to the faith you have in your own future, even if you don't yet see the whole staircase. Congratulations.
This year, we are recognizing our graduating students in the following categories: cum laude, magna cum laude, and summa cum laude. Students who have achieved cum laude had an overall weighted high school GPA between 3.95 and 4.149. These students are wearing purple cords. Please stand as I call your names. Adriana Allen, Amanda Morrow, Danielle Pataki. Students who received magna cum laude achieved an overall high school weighted GPA of 4.15 to 4.249. These students are wearing gold cords. Please stand as I call your names. Brandon Johnson. Jordan Wilson. Students who received summa cum laude achieved an overall high school weighted GPA of 4.25 or higher. These students are wearing double cords of purple and gold. Please stand as I call your name. Rowan Ajin. Danielle Fawcett. Lon Lee. Joseph Piver. Lanisa Skinner. Jade Spain. Quinn Stevenson. Kenny Van. Romello Weekly. Students are also recognized for National Honor Society for our high school. These students are wearing double cords of navy and gold. If you can please stand, members of National Honor Society. Thank you. CFCC also honors students who have excelled. We had 2 students who received the President's Award. This means that these students maintained a full-time academic status and earned a 4.0 cumulative GPA through their enrollment, as well as earning an associate degree. Please come forward as I call your names. Rowan Ajin. Congratulations. Lon Lee. Students graduating with a 3.5 and higher cumulative GPA from Cape Fear will now be recognized. They are also wearing Navy cords. Please stand as I call your name. Dana Ajin. Rowan Ajin. Danielle Fawcett. Lon Lee. Amanda Morrow. Joseph Piver. Lanisa Skinner. Quinn Stevenson. Kenny Van. Jordan Wilson. Many of our students were also inducted into the Cape Fear Community College Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society. Please stand as I call your name. Dana Ajin. Rowan Ajin. Danielle Fawcett. Brandon Johnson. Maisha McBride. Amanda Morrow. Joseph Piver. Destiny Prentice. Lanisa Skinner. Quinn Stevenson. Jordan Wilson. All of our students have achieved the honor of graduating from high school. All of our students graduating today are also graduating with either an associate's degree, certificate, or college credits. We are proud of each of you. At this time, we would like to recognize the salutatorian for Cohort 4 and Cohort 5. For Cohort 5, the salutatorian is Miss Lon Lee. Come forward. Miss Lon Lee graduated from Cape Fear Community College with an Associate in Arts degree earlier this month. She also received the President's Award. She earned a 4.0 cumulative GPA and 64 college transfer credit. Lon plans to attend UNC Chapel Hill in the fall. The valedictorian from Cohort 5 entered our doors 4 years ago. She earned an Associate in Arts degree from Cape Fear this year. She will be attending UNC Chapel Hill in the fall. This student earned a weighted GPA of 4.6667 at WEX and a 4.0 at Cape Fear. The 2015 co-valedictorian is Rowan Ajin. Ms. Ajin, please come forward. The valedictorian representing Cohort 4 has been with us for 5 years. This student has distinguished herself academically since her arrival. At Cape Fear Community College graduation this year, she received 2 degrees, an associate in arts, and an associate in science. She will be attending Norfolk State University in Virginia in the fall. The co-valedictorian is Miss Lenisa Skinner. Please come forward. Congratulations. The first valedictory address will be given by Miss Rowana Jean. She will be immediately followed by Miss Lenisa Skinner.
My name is Rowana Jean, and I would like to thank you all for joining us this afternoon in celebrating the graduation of Wilmington Early College High School's senior class of 2015. It's hard for me to fathom that it has been 4 or 5 years since most of us walked the one hallway of WEX. Literally, it's only one hallway, but it holds many memories for us all. As freshmen, we entered eager, motivated, and determined to seize the wonderful educational opportunity that we were presented with. As sophomore year rolled around, many of us were spending more time counting down the minute that class was over. That year, we realized that things are not always the way they appear, and that hanging out by the bathrooms in between class was so freshman year and quite an unsanitary choice, in my opinion. Junior year got better for most of us. We had much more flexibility and control over our schedules, which helped balance the social lives we lost our first 2 years of high school. Now, as graduating seniors and super seniors, we are left with one great obstacle to face, and that's the transition from a teenager into a mature and responsible adult. In the next few years, I want my fellow classmates to know this. You will leave homes, cities, and countries for the chance to pursue grander ambitions. You will leave friends, families, and possibilities for the chance to roam the world and make deeper connections. You will defy your fear of change, hold your head high, and do what you once thought was unthinkable. Leave your comfort zone. As creatures who nestle in comfort, this may be hard to do, but what I hope you'll find in the end is something more valuable than love, adventure, or freedom. I hope you find you. Focus on yourself for once. Take the time to get to know who you are, what you want to be, and identify your passion and purpose in life. Ignore the ones who are not rooting for you, and hold the ones that are near and dear to your heart, because they are the ones that deserve to watch you on your path to success. There are several people who I want to personally thank for help for keeping me sane throughout high school. First of all, I want to thank God for giving me strength and hope every single day. Thank you to my parents, two very valuable people in my life. They are the ones who constantly reminded me how important education is and are the reason that I have excelled this far. Mom and Dad, thanks also for not cutting my wings and allowing me to fly. Thank you to my friends and family, immediate and extended, for being as loving as possible. WEX faculty and staff, I don't know how you did it, but you prepared us well for this day. I know how Ms. Moraine did it, though. Nonverbal communication. One look from her, and that's all you needed to get back on track, which is why we love her, and we are so thankful that she's our principal. She maintained a positive atmosphere for us to all learn and grow and proudly call WEX our second home. Thank you to Ms. Hazelwood. She allowed me to see what dedication looks like. I admire how you were not only dedicated in seeing me succeed, but all your students in and out of your classroom. The next woman I want to thank, I think we can all agree that she deserves this recognition. She has been talking about retiring ever since I was a freshman, and most likely before that, Ms. Rich. I used to call her a dreamer, but I stopped calling her that last week because it took me that long to realize that she believed in me more than I ever believed in myself. Also, thanks, Ms. Jones, for that B in English 1. It has kept me humble. And I keep saying I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for so-and-so, but who I really need to thank for allowing me the spot is one of my peers. Thank you for taking one for the team and not graduating in 4 years, but rather 5. No need for a name because she knows who she is. And the biggest thank you this afternoon goes to everyone who's out in the audience. Thank you for celebrating this moment with each and every single one of these graduates. I want my peers to know that this moment is an important marker in your life. Do not belittle the accomplishment of graduating high school.
because some do not make it this far, and many do not have the opportunity that we had. Nelson Mandela once said, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." So instead of identifying your strengths and weaknesses, I encourage you all to introduce some sort of change in this world, or at least spark the mind of an individual who will. Class of 2015, you are the powerhouse of innovation, creativity, and diversity. I have truly enjoyed spending my high school career with you all, and I only hope to continue to see you guys push boundaries and overcome obstacles like you have been doing for the past 4 or 5 years. Remember where you came from, and remember where you are going, because this day has finally come. Congratulations, graduates. High school is over. Now let's give it up for the graduating class of 2015. We made it. Thank you for your time, and enjoy the rest of your afternoon.
Good afternoon, family, friends, guests, and my fellow graduates. This afternoon, we are here to celebrate the passage from one point in our lives to another, a transition that would not have been possible without the many various sources of support that we have had throughout our careers. Those sources of support include our educators in their many roles, our family and friends, and last but not least, each other. I'm sure we can all agree that these past 4 or 5 years, although full of very, very valuable experiences and many priceless memories, have been the source of many challenges. Challenges that, when we got here in freshman year, we weren't sure we could handle. We walked into this academic experience unsure of so many things. Could we handle the shift from middle school expectations to early college responsibilities? Could we handle the sleepless nights of homework and the weekends that we just could not spare to spend with middle school friends? Could we deal with the stress that we undoubtedly put on ourselves? Although the answer was unsure then, the answer was yes. There are many challenges to this, but they are beyond worth it. They are beyond worth it. And you should be proud of I'm sorry. You should be unconditionally proud of the progress that you have made throughout these 4 years. Because the progress you have made in these 4 years of challenges and struggles have helped you develop as a person, have helped you develop skills that will without a doubt help you throughout whatever future endeavors you may go on to encounter. And as you go on to those future endeavors, I want you to remember 4 things. First, always have faith in yourself and your abilities. Have confidence in yourself and your abilities. Even if you don't truly feel confident, if you exude confidence and you tell yourself you are confident, eventually you will truly feel it. Be proud of yourself and your accomplishments, even in the little victories, because what we view as failures are actually steps towards future successes. Never feel that you are alone in this world. No person is an island. Even though we may go out and we should be independent, and we should strive to achieve things on our own, we have to keep in mind that there are people out there who want to help us, who want to see us succeed, and see us go on to do greater things. So as you go on, I want you to keep those things in mind, no matter how hard it may seem to get at times. Class of 2015, congratulations. Continue to be brilliant.
Good job, ladies. At this time, we would like to bring forth 2 members of the graduating class, Ms. Jordan Wilson and Ms. Amanda Mara, to sing a class song.
limited. Just look at me. I'm limited. And just look at you. You can do all I couldn't do, Belinda. So now it's up to you for both of us. Now it's up to you.
I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most to grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes a sun, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, I have been changed for good.
It well may be that we will never meet again in this lifetime. So let me say before we part, so much of me is made from what I learned from you. You'll be with me like a handprint on my heart. And now whatever way our stories end, I know you have rewritten mine by being my friend. Like a ship blown from its mooring by a wind off the sea, like a seed dropped by a sky bird in a distant wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good. And just to clear the air, I ask forgiveness for the things I've done you blame me for.
Then I guess we know there's blame to share,
And none of it seems to matter anymore. Like a ship blown from its mooring by a wind off the sea, like a seed dropped by a bird in the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? I do believe I have been changed for the better.
and because I knew you,
Because I knew you. Because I knew you. I have been changed.
Perseverance. Webster's dictionary defines perseverance as continued effort to do or achieve something despite difficulties, failure, or opposition. That is what this day is all about. That's what this day is about. Transitioning from high school to college takes perseverance. Graduates, this is a day for which you, your family, friends, teachers, me, have waited for several years. We have watched you grow into young men and young women ready to move forward and take on the world. All of you have earned college credit. More than 29 of you have earned associate degrees. 2 of you earned 2 degrees, and others have earned either a certificate, core diploma, or college credit. You have been accepted to Meredith College, UNC Wilmington, UNC Chapel Hill, UNC Pembroke, Western and East Carolina, UNC Charlotte, North Carolina A&T, Norfolk State, and I can go on and on and on. And you will be going on as well. Some of you will even come back and get another degree. But many of you, all of you, have achieved something. You've achieved what some others did not achieve. And we are all very proud of you. You have proven that doing high school and college together in high school actually works. Some of you have experienced personal tragedy, such as the loss of a parent or a grandparent. Some of you have been homeless, and others have faced serious health problems over the past 4 or 5 years. But you persevered. You did not give up. In facing these many obstacles, you gained an array of skills that would allow you to continue on this journey we call life. I encourage you to learn to maintain a balance. Learn to enjoy life as you work to take care of yourself. Be successful according to your own standards. It is my fervent hope that you will remember that learning does not end today as you leave high school and the first part of college. You will find that each day that you live, that you will learn something new that you did not learn yesterday. While at Wilmington Early College High School, you've obtained more than an academic education. You've also obtained life lessons. Giving back to the community, being open-minded, and accepting of others who are different. You learn to be a team player. You were required to do community service, and you surpassed our expectations. One of your classmates has acquired over 1,000 hours over the past 5 years and has earned the Girl Scout Gold Award and life membership in Girl Scouts of America. Others of you have readily volunteered to speak to new students who are entering our building, to incoming freshmen and their parents. You readily volunteered to tutor your peers even when it wasn't convenient for you. You've excelled in FBLA. Some of you have started a mentoring program for our freshmen. You have made your presence known not only at Wilmington Early College, but also at Cape Fear Community College. You've served as ambassadors. You've taken on leadership positions in many clubs. I want to say thank you for representing Wilmington Early College, representing your family and your friends and our district. You have more than exceeded our expectations. Parents, what can I say but thank you. Thank you for allowing us to work with your student for the past 4 or 5 years. Graduates, remember the 4 keys to success: commitment, action, persistence, and compassion. These 4 attributes will keep you going no matter what challenges you face in life. Graduates, also remember that as the day closes one door, another one opens to the future. It is yours for the taking. Mr. Hayes, the students seated before you have met all the requirements as established by the state of North Carolina and the New Hanover County Board of Education and are therefore eligible to receive their diplomas. I present to you for your remarks and acceptance the Wilmington Early College High School graduating class of 2015.
Well, good afternoon. Welcome. And to our graduates, on behalf of the Board of Education, I would like to congratulate you, the class of 2015. We, along with your friends and families gathered here today, are very proud of you. Isn't that correct? As you know, we observed Memorial Day on Monday of this week. Historically, this is being an old history teacher, I have to bring these things out. Historically, though, and I'm not going to ask for a show of hands, what day historically is Memorial Day celebrated? The 30th, May 30th, today. So you're actually graduating on Memorial Day historically. It was changed some years ago to the fourth Monday in May, because federal employees could then have a 3-day weekend, and it's extended down through the years. But historically, it was May the 30th, so you're actually graduating on Memorial Day. Those that we honored on Memorial Day made a difference, just as I know the class of 2015 will make a difference. But those that we honored on Memorial Day made a difference. They wanted to serve their fellow man and their country. Today, I'd like to take a few minutes and tell you about one of those that we honored on Memorial Day. This young man's name was Dan Bullock. Dan was from Goldsboro, North Carolina. It's about 85 miles up the road from here, over in Wayne County. Even as a young boy, Dan showed a desire to serve others and wanted to make a difference. At the age of 11, his mother passed away. So his father took Dan and his sister, and they moved to a low-rent tenement in Brooklyn, New York. Dan was not happy with this move. Over the years, he looked forward to the day he would accomplish his dreams. He had two things that he wanted to accomplish. His dreams in life was, number one, he wanted to be a police officer. His second dream was to be a United States Marine. That was what Dan desired, and that's what he wanted to be able to do. Also, in order to help his father financially, he decided to proceed with his first dream. So he went down to the recruiting station in Brooklyn and joined the United States Marine Corps. Dan graduated from boot camp in Parris Island, South Carolina, and after some additional training was sent halfway around the world to war-torn Vietnam. I've got a few pictures as we go along I'd like to show you of this young man. This is Dan Bullock. 3 short weeks after arrival in Vietnam, on June the 7th, 1969, Dan was killed in action. He was a true American hero. The night he died, his unit was pinned down by a large force of North Vietnamese regular army troops. Dan saved American lives that night. He exposed himself to enemy fire and volunteered to go back for ammunition, not just once, but twice. Without that additional ammunition, his unit would have been overrun. This was Dan that night. They would have been overrun, everyone would have been lost. Now, the story doesn't stop there. Let me tell you a few additional things about that night. To begin with, Dan should not have been in that battle. Earlier in the day, Dan and his best friend were slap boxing. Everyone knows, particularly if you've had military experience, what slap boxing is. You're fooling around, you're checking reflexes, you're slapping your opponent's hand. He and his best friend were slap boxing earlier in the day. He was very good at it because he slapped his best friend's hand and broke his thumb. So his best friend's thumb, he broke that day. And it was his friend that was supposed to go on patrol that night. But Dan volunteered to take his place because he had broken his thumb. He just felt that he would volunteer and take his place. That's one reason he should not have been there that night. There's also another reason he should not have been in that battle. In fact, Dan should not have been in Vietnam at all, and not even in the United States Marine Corps. You see, when Dan went down to that Brooklyn recruiting station with his birth certificate that day, he took with him a birth certificate that had been altered. According to the birth certificate he took down there, it showed him to be 18 years old. Dan was actually, when he joined, he was 14 years old. And when he graduated from Parris Island, South Carolina, and went to Vietnam, he had just turned 15. When Dan was killed in Vietnam, he was one of over 58,000 Americans that were killed there. But Dan Bullock was the youngest. You see the marker up here, that's a marker in Goldsboro, North Carolina. There's also another monument up in Brooklyn, New York, to this young man. So what I ask is that graduates, as you leave here today, and as the years go by, and hopefully y'all been able to look at the pictures. As the years go by, I'd like for you to think of Dan Bullock every now and then. Live your life fully and understand, as I believe that Dan understood, that this involves serving others and doing so without pride or personal gain. Dan chose his path of service. You get to choose yours. You may decide, as has been suggested, all types of opportunities, and I know many of you have taken advantage of these in high school, and I hope it continues, because it can be tutoring children in school, volunteering in a hospital, serve on a board of some type. I thought I'd throw this one in too. It's also service when you run for office. I don't suggest the Board of Education, though. Don't suggest that. But the list is endless as to how you can get involved and serve your community and your fellow men. Also, I understand that you had two graduates that have military service in their future. In fact, I think one is at boot camp now, and the other one is a young, would that graduate please stand? I'd like to recognize him. Also, please remain standing. I'd also at this time like to recognize these people that are going to the military. I also would like to recognize any active duty military we have here today, and all of our veterans, if you would please stand. It's that type of service now and in the past that really honestly make this day possible. Without that service, we wouldn't be here today. Now, for the graduates, the future is now. What will you do with it? You know, how will you decide to serve your fellow man? Now, for the words that I think you've been waiting to hear, by the power vested to me by the state of North Carolina and New Hanover County, and upon certification that these students have met the graduation requirements as outlined by the state of North Carolina, I deem that these students are eligible for graduation. Ms. Moran, will you please prepare your students to receive their diplomas, and congratulations, and God bless.
Lanisa Skinner. Rowan Ajeen. Lon Lee. Dana Ajeen. Joseph Alexander. Adriana Allen. Jeff Clemente. Jacqueline Ingle. Danielle Fawcett. Ashley Gore. Kiana Griffin. Donshanae Hamilton. Nerman Isaac. Jessica Jennings. Brandon Johnson. Kennedy Johnson. Tamisha Jones. Jose Martinez. Maisha McBride. Gisela Mejia. Amanda Morrow. Danielle Pataki. Sophia Peterson. Michael Phillips. Joseph Piver III. Jonathan Pratt. Destiny Prentice. Francisco Rodriguez. Lanisa Skinner. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Bailey Smith. Quinn Stevenson. Kenny Van. Romello Weekly. And Jordan Wilson. Thank you very much.
Lost my tassel. Prior to our ending our program, we have one more task to do. So graduates, will you please stand up? It is customary as a symbol of having earned your diploma to turn your tassel from right to left. So at this time, graduates, turn your tassel from right to left. Congratulations. You are truly now ready to move forward to your new journey. We wish you well and much success. Be safe as you travel away from home, and not only do great things, but be great. Thank you for helping us make this a momentous occasion. At this time, we're going to conclude graduation. Parents and friends, we ask that you stay seated or standing in your place as the graduates exit and stage participants exit. Thank you, and have a wonderful afternoon.